So I've been grinding away slowly at the floors. We're up to 375,000. I keep running into the same issue over and over and over again, and that's ambushes are just picking apart my party comp. So just the damage build-up, I guess. I tried to make a slight adjustment, and it worked a bit better. We got almost a full day's worth of a run going, and that was someone gave me the great advice of swapping Foretell over to a mana requirement. So it used to be when the ally MP was, self MP was greater than X, it would use Foretell, and that way you'd be able to trigger the healing fairy whenever you're getting close to running out of mana, or whenever you're, down on a large number of mana. I went ahead and swapped over to health, with the idea being once a party member's HP drops far enough below, we'll stop using Foretell and hopefully we come across Healing Fairy. The issue with this is just watching it. It's not doing one ally. It's almost... Sorry. So the way it's set up, I just... Looking over it now, I realized. So this is not going to work because essentially, as soon as there's one ally, as long as there's one ally over 50%, it's always going to use Foretell. So you could get away with this. This is currently going for the full party. You could change it to less than. So as soon as one ally drops below 50%, it's going to use Foretell. No, so it has to be the other way. There's no inverse. It makes it kind of hard. What could you do? But yeah, so there's no good way to actually use the HP. You can only put it on self. Because what I'm trying to do is, as soon as one party member drops below 50%, it stops using Foretell. But there's no way to sort of put the inverse comment, so where they have the exclamation mark, to say the opposite to this, do the effect. So we can only use greater than or less than. And if it's greater than, like currently is, it will only stop using Foretell when every party member is less than 50%. And if it's less than, well, it's just going to always use Foretell. Let me think about this. Yeah, so it's not going to use Foretell until a party member is less than 50%, which doesn't work. So you need to leave it as greater. You could probably get away with setting the bracket higher, because the way you can think about this is a complete party check, 80% or even say 90%. So once all party members drop below 90. But the problem is, ambushes are random. They're going to attack random party members, so there's no good way to do that. So I think what we need to set up is the blacksmith. So I've got essentially 2 party slots to replace. So we'll cut one and put the blacksmith in. Try to stack his damage reduction. Have him go first so that he can taunt. So let me figure out the party and then we'll go over how it should work. Okay, so here's what I've come up with. So the blacksmith is running the Mask of Garrick. So he can't die unless he's already at 1 HP. So he can't ever be just one hit. It shouldn't be an issue. So this is the crazy thing to me. My damage is pretty insane. Like, it's far above any of the mobs that are spawning in the dungeon. Along with our HP pool, like the amount of damage we take is so minimal. The only thing that's doing me in is the compounding damage over the course of the run, which is just crazy that it can happen so quickly too. The amount of ambushes must be more frequent than I'm thinking. But aside from that, we've lost kind of a lot of our essence gain and gold gain, which isn't too bad. We're mainly going for distance. I want to get to 900,000 and unlock the sword, and that way I can push to 2 million. I'll probably need to farm mythics again at some point. I really want to get to the 900,000th floor. Comp-wise, as you can see, normally I run like over 200 item find, more gold than this as well, but it's not too bad. We've got back to 90 withering. I had to put 1 on the shield, and then the blacksmith himself is at 85% damage reduction, so not quite the cap, which is 95, but close to it. So it should definitely help out. I'm still running the janitor stuff. What even are we at? Not credits, records. Yeah, we're only at 1800 out of 10,000, so it's still going to be quite a while. We should get to floor 900,000 before we actually unlock the janitor, which is a bit unfortunate because I really want to see what he's like. I've got a ton of gold, ton of essence. I've just been dumping the gold as well, because you can see gold, you get so much more essence from the gold you get in the dungeon. Like, there's really no point to run essence gain over gold gain. But yeah, so relic wise, To be honest, I'm not going to put anything, I'm just going to show this. So we'll start from Thor, 375,000. We're close to the janitor as well, so we can show that off. So he's taunting. So they have 48,000 and we're doing 240,000. And we're taking... He took 1.6 thousand. So even without damage resistance, they're probably doing 5,000 at max. Which... our HP pool is in the hundreds of thousands, yet we're still getting KO'd at some point. Like, our luck just has to be awful to not be getting the healing fairies. Actually, I should have put Foretell back to the mana thing. But I mean, his passive regen should ensure that he never dies. Because it ticks every 3 rounds, 2 rounds. And only one mob in an ambush gets... I'll skip the janitor. Only one mob in an ambush actually gets to attack. Like here, only one could attack. Is that the icon floor? I thought it was something different. But anyway, yeah, so... ambushes are more than every 3 turns, so that's fine. So he should be put to 1 at some point, but then he should never be able to actually die. Speed-wise, it looks like we're a bit slower. It shouldn't impact too much. I think I was capping out at around 3,000. We'll have to see once we get a lot more warps. Once they become more consistent. But the current setup is obviously Blacksmith taunts. He's our safety net now. The Wizard will cast Foretell whenever he needs to. And then just the Dark Mage is the only one attacking. Because Noxon, as we figured out, has the quickest animation I've seen so far. Yeah, so we're getting up there. Once we get a few more warps, we'll definitely crack 3,000. It's good to see that the lure doesn't seem to be turn-based, so it doesn't fade after, say, 3 turns. It must be hit-based, which is really good. It means it won't slow down the animation as much as I thought it might. And I could do position 1. I don't know if you can tie health to position 1. I wish I could sort of look at the menu while this is going on in the background. I mean, I've proven my point, so I think I might. We'll just take another look at this sort of scripts. Because I want to just, you know, leave it for a few days in the background, as bad as that sounds. I should give my computer a break. But if we look at these scripts, what exactly can we do for Foretell? So I can set it back to mana, which isn't a bad idea. We can just do ally position. No, so you can only can't set any more variables. We have Team Alive, Team HP. I guess that's more reliable, but at this point, I'd have to work out averages. So, because the Tavern Keeper accounts for roughly 1/6 of the party, so I could work out when he's close to death the percentage. Give me a sec, let me do the math. Alright, so this should work. So, as I just said, the Tavern Keeper counts for 1/6 of the party because there's 6 in the comp, which means his health total should be roughly 16.666 blah blah repeating percent of the party. So if we put it to say 85, so as long as there's the team HP is greater than 85 or use Foretell, this should account for the Tavern Keeper being quite low. If we set it a bit higher, so about 90% would almost be once the Tavern owner gets, sorry, not Tavern owner, the Blacksmith, I keep saying it wrong, once the Blacksmith gets below 50%. So within this margin is where you want to set it. And it should work out, because he doesn't have substantially more HP. I mean, I could do the actual numbers if I hire the party back. I guess I should, just to be thorough, just add them all up and then see what percent he is. Because he's a little bit greater than the Wizard and Dark Mage, but he's even with these 3. Okay, let me work out the actual math. Okay, hopefully you can see this fine. So I wasn't too far off. So the Blacksmith, Wizard, Dark Mage, Tavern Owner, Huntress 1. Then the total is over to this side, that's 607,000. And the Blacksmith's health out of the total pool makes him roughly 20% of the total party of HP. Meaning, if we wanted to trigger, say, going after Healing Fairies, once he's at 50%, we can put this to 90. But our greatest point, we could put it to not 80, unfortunately, because he's not quite 20%. So we could put it to 85, and this is essentially the quickest we can get the party going, whilst keeping the tavern, sorry, I keep saying tavern, while keeping the blacksmith safe from being one-shotted. So I think that'll be fine. We'll go ahead and do that. So 85%, it is greater than, I've set to right. So as long as the HP of the whole team is greater than 85%, it won't trigger, I'll keep using Foretell. Alright, so this should be better. I'll probably come back once I've got the little green FPH, which is like your consistent, I think it takes about an hour, and then it's your consistent level of flaws. And I'll just show that off for a bit. Otherwise I'll come back at the end of the run, I think. Right, so our FBH has actually gone down quite a bit. So usually I get it up to 3,000, just over 3,000. So it's about 100, 150 floors down, and it's not quite because of the blacksmith. I was going to say tavern keeper animation. Tavern keeper's not even right. It's tavern owner. But yeah, so it's not the animation that's an issue. It's actually the fact that we cut a huntress. I'm not sure if we were able to get it on film because it's kind of random. But essentially, when we get a Foretell into a portal straight away, the wizard isn't actually able to recast Foretell like he is right now. So in those fringe scenarios where we get back-to-back portals, the old grouping, which had 3 huntresses, meant that he could always cast Foretell, and that was apparently a big boost in floors. It's not too bad. Might have to think about maybe. Like, we can't get taunt on Huntress, so that's the issue. So, this is kind of how we have to stick with it. We're doing a lot better. No one's taking any damage. What is it? Blacksmith! Blacksmith is hardly taking any damage. In fact, his natural regen is kind of keeping up, because he's only taking a few hundred every ambush, and they're a bit infrequent. So, definitely a solid comp. One I can just leave in the background for ages. Yeah, so he took under 1,000 right there. So I should be able to get pretty far. Our damage is fine, HP pool is fine. It's just unfortunate that we're missing one cooldown from Huntress, so the Foretell isn't as quick as I'd like it to be. But I mean, 100 floors over the course of it all, it's not too bad. I mean, in a day that's what, 2,400 floors? So it has a bit of impact, but not huge impact, so it should be fine. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring in, I guess the next little clip will be when I end it, whenever that is. Hopefully 900,000. One thing I gotta highly recommend is quitting out, because I've noticed the game won't actually save until you get to the exit screen, so this little quit screen. So your whole run, this whole 30 hours I've spent getting up, well, that's not quite right, 100,000 floors I think it is, won't actually be processed until you get to loot time. So for long runs, I do highly recommend just quitting out. That way it does save all your progress, because I've had it, unfortunately, crash a couple times while I've been editing videos, while rendering videos, because that takes a lot of PC power, from my understanding. So it's just died in the background for some reason. It's mainly affected boss rush. But the other reason is, this is probably going to be a short one. I think I've got a few clips plus this one, and it's because I can only think of 2 real episodes left after this, and that will be completing the mythic grind, so finishing the item compendium. There's only a couple more we are yet to see. This is legendary, so I don't have to worry about these 4. They're just things I have to craft. There's 2 weapons, 1 shield, 1 shield, 2 bits of armor, or 1 bit of armor, depending on what this one is. So that's 4 or 5. And then trinket-wise, there's 2, 3, probably 4. So there's 8 mythics left for me to find. And obviously that's just going to be me farming over and over again, probably just showing it. I might start them runs now and add them to this video. If not, they'll be in the next one. And then after that, it's really just getting to 900,000. And then figuring out the ultimate comp for our grind to 2 million. Ooh. 1/4 of the way there. Pretty good. Now, if this is the end of this episode at least, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Might be a few extra things, or might be in the next one.